My name's Ann Weldon. I am a Wiradjuri Koori Balan. And I want to share with you my concerns and speak to you today about the upcoming New South Wales state elections. Firstly, it is extremely important that you vote. And if you want to be self-determining, then we must vote in a system that we've fought so hard to get, to have access to rights within our own country. Secondly, the PSA, and as a New South Wales Aboriginal Land Council 2015 Elder of the Year for the Sydney-Newcastle region, we've asked the parties a series of questions. And Labor and Greens have given us written commitment to the following items. The first one was a consultation on the public sector Aboriginal employment strategy, which with enhanced targets. And our PSA certainly had developed a strategy that is looking at the increased numbers of Aboriginal people employed within the public sector, and also to resurrect our identified positions across the state. The second one was to stop the forced adoption of Aboriginal children, which was passed through legislation, which saw the passing through Parliament at the end of last year. This particular piece of legislation is adding or further increasing the numbers of Aboriginal children being removed from Aboriginal families and communities and forced into adoption. Now, adoption certainly is not a part of my culture, and it is morally and ethically wrong for this to happen to Aboriginal children here in New South Wales. We can't afford to allow our children to be adopted. The other is treaties with First Nations, reclaiming control of land titles to Mimal, known by the Europeans as Goat Island, which has been promised by Labor and Greens. The Liberal Party, of course, have come on board and now stated their support and are progressing a transfer to Metropolitan Local Aboriginal Land Council on behalf of the Aboriginal community. The Liberal Party have replaced Aboriginal identified positions to the detriment of Aboriginal people. You know, the sad statistic here in New South Wales clearly indicates that Aboriginal people represent the highest unemployed within this nation. So, you know, it is important that these identified positions be implemented again within the state. They've also introduced the forced adoption laws, as I've just mentioned. It is to the detriment of our people. It is absolutely, I've got to say it, criminal to think that in this day and age, in 2019, and it was actually passed in 2018, that the government approved the adoption of Aboriginal children into out-of-home care, and most of those carers will certainly be non-Aboriginal people. Have they not learnt from the past injustices and practices that they have perpetuated on our people? Because this one is certainly taking us back decades after we've fought long and hard to get what we have when it comes to hopefully getting our children back into our care so our children can grow up within culture and customs and family. And as far as the treaty goes, sadly, this state government, our present state government, have been silent on progressing any negotiations or come out and supported treaties with our many Aboriginal nations here in New South Wales. So it is up to you to help bring about that change. So I ask you, will you vote back in a government that certainly has not put pen to paper to support us and stand with us all the way? Save the state, change the government.